listening to Your Money, Your Business, the podcast with me, Debbie Colburn. I'm a small business expert and a former professional accountant turned money mindset guide. And I am obsessed with helping you achieve all those things you've dreamed of and thought were out of your reach, with helping you figure this money stuff out. My goal on this podcast is to help you break the cycle of feast or famine with your cash flow and to help you grow your wealth and sustain it over the long term. We dive deep, we get real, and we get raw, discovering and exploring what is really possible for you and letting go of all those things that are holding you back. If you've ever thought it's not enough looking at your bank balance or think, I'll never get that paid off, when you open up the credit card statement, maybe you're sick and tired of constantly being worried, of just getting by, and you know you're missing out on key opportunities again and again, or maybe you're done with the constant arguments over money, then this is absolutely the right place. We'll bring you a whole new way to look at money, profit, cash, wealth, tackle the challenges, share the ideas, the tips and the tactics and the strategies, and get you connected to the right resources. Think of this as your weekly prescription of money mastery development and leave the hard work up to me. No matter what's going on in your life right now, I've got your back. Ready? Buckle up, take a deep breath, and join me in a conversation about breakthrough to the next level. Good morning and welcome to episode 124, where we're going to be talking about the things that cause us to be worried so much of the time and why we create those scenarios and what we can do to cut it out. Self-sabotage and upper limiting are very similar, yet they occur at different stages in your journey, in your business, and in your life. Upper limiting is really the thing that people are referring to when they say new level, new devil. The reality is it's not a new devil. It's just the same old devil showing up in different clothes. For many people, the fear of success is what holds them back. Upper limiting is the unconscious tool of choice to keep them from getting there. This was one of the turning points and milestones along my journey as someone who had a fear of success. Imagine that. Worrying about what would happen if you made it. Because the path for someone with a fear of success is mostly forward and upward, reaching a milestone, a big win, something that feels really good, and then they tank it. Do or don't do something that forces all momentum to slow down and come to a halt. If you're someone who loves to build things, create magic out of a mess, it's easy to feel kind of okay in this scenario until you recognize it's as boring as shit to keep repeating the same old things, always banging your head on an invisible ceiling till you get a wake-up call. Your unique ability and the ability to stay in it for longer is solely dependent on your ability to get past each upper limit. To recognize and be vigilant to the signs of an upper limit and instantly interrupt it. There is no number of upper limits you'll experience. You'll just get better and quicker at spotting them and cutting their legs off. I know, ooh. Whether you are earning $75K or $190K or $500K or over $1 million a year, it happens to everyone. So yes, new level, same old devil, different clothes. Now, one of the differences between a self-sabotage and an upper limit is the number of ways we do it. Self-sabotage literally has endless ways, whereas upper limits only has a few. And at this point, I'd like you to add the verb upper limiting to your vocabulary, as in, I'm upper limiting myself. And upper limiting is cutting off your flow of positive energy. Just like when you're watering the garden and the hose gets a kink in it and all flow of water stops. And your mind screams, "What the heck? Who turned off the water?" That's upper limiting. And there are 5 main ways that we upper limit ourselves. Worry. Yeah, that's the biggie. Worry. And it can become an addiction. Blame and criticism, avoidance, arguments, sickness and injury. I bet you're already thinking, oh my God, I might be upper limiting. In this exploration, I'd like to bring you 2 scenarios from my own experience so you can see how it plays out. And to do this, I've gone back to my journals because one thing I've learned is that after a big win, I almost immediately upper limit simply because I had done it for so long unconsciously. What a revelation. Because many times it's not always a money win. It could be a new client, it could be a contact win, it could be finishing a job ahead of the deadline. And my my upper limit problem, is almost always solved with avoidance, which is easy to just ignore because it feels less uncomfortable. So where do I start? There are so many. The first thing to understand is that an upper limit is a perceived value, usually dollars, a number, revenue, income, salary, number of clients, bookings, calls, that when you exceed that, you trigger an upper limit problem. And I'm going to call that an ULP, a ULP, in your mind. Mine used to trigger when my business or income exceeded about $70,000, which just happened to be a family income limit that I've talked about before in earlier episodes. When my dog training rental facility business hit $130K annually and quickly, everything fell apart. The roof had massive leaks. The owner put the building up for sale in February, the dead of winter, and in my peak season, the ceiling on the client bathroom collapsed. It was all on me. It was me. Because $70,000 was easy. It was comfortable. There was no stress. And it really needed no marketing or visibility on my part. But $130K? And I know for some of you that's like, oh my God, Debbie, that's tiny. But at the time, over 10 years ago, $130K, that shit freaked me out because it was inching fast to my revenue projections for that business. Now remember, I have a prior career and business working with clients from 500,000 to 25 million. So it's not a knowledge or an experience thing. It's an upper limit thing. And I found myself using 4 of the 5 types to bring us back to where I was comfortable. Oh man, do I wish I knew what I know now back in 2015. 8 years ago. For me, if you've heard my story of my one bad choice, maybe you're thinking, well, she's probably like most entrepreneurs who worry that if they make it, they'll lose everything. Yeah, that was there. And for years it felt like a valid worry. Yet as time has gone by, I've realized that that was just an excuse. My bad choice was a result of an inability to see options, of tunnel focus, and my knowledge and belief in my racing skills. That's it. I saw myself on a path that I didn't have access to finances like others around me. It was total BS. I thought this excerpt from my journal might be helpful rather than trying to edit it out. 7th of June, 2023. My struggle has always been the last 20%. It's where fear, unworthiness, which is fucking ridiculous, kick in. I feel it in my body. Why? If you look at my laptop, all the evidence shows that I should be the very proud CEO and founder of a multi-million-dollar business. It's not lacking knowledge of processes or an available market. It's always bailing at 80% done, not getting visible, not asking for sales. Why? Is it the times when I did and I got totally kicked down? Can I tap away that block? I'm talking about EFT, emotional freedom technique. Let's try first identifying them, or when I hit an upper limit. Promoting the Fit Pause product in the canine conditioning group and getting banned because others thought I was taking something from them. The Performance and Safety Guidelines and Protocol Committee and Development kicked off the committee because I was too pushy. That's a guy thing. Deloitte and Touche, no place for me because I didn't have letters despite being better at what I did than anyone else around me. My Fit Body, Fit Mind dog products and services because I fell into the no certification trap again, even though I'm always learning and my knowledge base is robust. Motorsport Club of Ottawa, President, Racing Director, yet invisible. Agility Association of Canada, hosting National Championship, so big and such an awesome event and result, yet a personal failure. That's the big stuff. But it starts with the little stuff. At the 80% point in the day-to-day, avoidance. That's been my thing. Reach outs, email and DM replies, follow-ups, all of it, engagement on Instagram and LinkedIn. Maybe you can relate. And guys, as a maverick personality and having variety and uncertainty as my primary values, this is a balancing act. Being there for my clients, being visible and available as a mentor and a guide while not letting myself feel like I've just been lassoed and my legs wrapped up by a crazed cowboy. This is the ongoing process of fine-tuning my business model and my rich life so that all parts of me are fueled well. And this is what I envision for each of you as well, to bring out your unique ability and a life of richness. A perfect example is the recent completion of 119 social media posts, scheduling and captions, inspiring, fun, educational content, and then nothing. It's like a black hole of ideas. No reposting, no repurposing. A major crimp in the flow of momentum occurs. And yes, I understand that is part of being an entrepreneur. It's part of being someone who's got an idea or a way to help people, whether it's paid or whatever, that there are times where it feels like nothing's happening. Rework and release the revamped version of the first Fit Body, Fit Mind Dog online course in the series. I promote it once in an email, once in a Facebook group, and done, and I stop. Why? Because inside I know that business is at least $1 million business, and that scares me. Who do I have to be for that? What will people say about me, even though I know I really don't care about that? I really don't. Podcast episodes, guys, I can't tell you how much I love creating this podcast. And I look at it where it is today versus where it was in June 2020 when we started. And I'm blown away by the growth. And I know down the road that it will have millions and millions of listeners. But right now, the hose keeps getting pinched off by me. Recorded interviews, not edited or released. Written outlines and episodes, not recorded. You name it. The decreased flow of momentum is caused by me because I see the incredible potential and power and future in it. But I cannot bring myself to bring in any new VAs to help. I've had VAs before. I'm in like don't have any right now. I had 3, let them go. It's just, I know That would be like adding rocket fuel to the fire. At least that's what I tell myself. So let's look at worry. It's easy to see. Life is going along, all tickety-boo, and a thought pops into your head. I wonder if I should pay my Virgin mobile bill right now. And I worry, will they interrupt my service? What if my son can't reach me to let me know that the internet guy is coming today to install the service in our new house? Seriously, in the middle of creating the outline for this podcast episode, all things that I have zero control over, that is a key facet of worry thoughts when you are upper limiting. And guys, you are likely working in areas that you are either competent in or even excellent at, just not in your genius, unique ability zone. That's a tough one to swallow, especially when you're pretty good at a lot of things. Have you ever been working along and things are going really well and suddenly one tiny thought spirals quickly into a cascading spiral that just brings you down? Can I interrupt the worry stream? Is there anything I could do to cut it off instantly that would be a positive step? Like, how is randomly thinking about, should I pay my Virgin mobile bill, helping me? I waffled a bit. Considered the effects of the Virgin worry was having on my productivity, and I simply paid the bill with my credit card. Less than 30 seconds, and that resulted in being able to refocus and finish the podcast episode. Win, win, win. Worry is a habit, and it can easily become an addiction, a crutch to lean on, even if it isn't enhancing or growing your life. And in the game of worry, the jackpot can end up being a catastrophe of your own thinking. Money, relationships, weight, careers, business, everything has an upper limit for you. But like self-sabotages, each person has one or two personal preferences. Most common are money and relationships. Let's recap the steps everyone has access to interrupt worry instantly. And it's the protocol. I call it I whip. Oh, first of all, become aware of the worry thought. Then free the worry thought. Just let that shit go. Then, curiosity. What positive thing is trying to come in its place? Like the wind as it's trying to push through that draft underneath your door. Then, settle. Feel the positive thing in your body. It's made it. Then open yourself up to feel it a bit more. And then deepen and lengthen the feeling time. When I started this journey, I couldn't have money in my wallet. Money would be in my wallet and then I would spend it. Money would be in my wallet and I would spend it. It was almost like it was toxic. Worry thoughts are the symptoms of an upper limit. And while they appear to be all about the actual money needed or that you don't have or don't know where you'll get it, when you look at the context, what were you doing when the thought popped up? Most of the time, they are about, yep, you guessed it, the emotions and feelings that you have conjured up, peppered with a little bit of fear. Okay, enough about worry, because while it's a biggie, the other four have leading roles as well. For years, like 20 plus years, I blamed my ex-husband for not paying his child support for my financial woes. Really, a convenient excuse. Like worry, blame and criticism are habits, and very, very addictive. And they are a very powerful wedge in any relationship, inflicting a constant stream of death blows that over time kill the relationship. Personal, business, employee, contractor, volunteer, husband, wife, partner, child. Narcissism is the most extreme form of blame. So for this episode, I'd just like to take that out of the discussion. There are lots of great resources on the internet on that specific niche of blame. Slightly different Blame and criticism both deflect ownership from you and deliver rationale on why the momentum from that thing you just achieved needs to be pinched off. It's a puzzling thing to consider. Why would someone get angry at a person who just led the team to a win when there's obvious positive momentum? When inside they wanted to tell them how great they'd been. Why would someone berate the person they love after having a fabulous weekend at a retreat? Why would we blame or criticize ourselves when we did good, did great, broke through some ceiling? When we understand that our emotions and feelings are reflecting as our thoughts, starting to catch ourselves before we draw our swords, toss hurtful words, or become temporarily invisible becomes easier. Awareness makes that more natural. And then it becomes a new habit. And you can stack the 6 steps in IWIP, the Interrupt Worry Instantly protocol, and you can start to ease through the upper limit and stay on the other side of it. So as we end this episode, I want to leave you with an action step. 10 minutes a day, 2, 3, 4 times a week if you can. I want you to, in your journal, write down the things that you most love to do, the things that bring you most abundance and satisfaction per the time you spent on it. These will be the moments, and they might be just fleeting. Like, we're not looking for an hour of this. There might be 2-3 minutes where you just it feels fire, where you're at your happiest, where you're most productive, where you're in what's called flow, where you're drawing using your unique ability. I want you to write that down. So this podcast got you thinking you'd like to go a bit deeper on this with me. You want to figure your money thing out? I have got so much more to share with you and to give you. And you're really ready to toss the shroud of money worries into the trash forever, to stand taller and more confidently in every decision and manifest the most profitable and successful year of your life, which means worry-free abundance in life and in business and so much more. Make sure to sign up for my free 4-week course where we're taking a deeper dive into how to transform that money situation in your bank accounts that's keeping you up at night. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All you have to do is just pop over to the link bit.ly/boost-money-EQ and invite a friend to go through with you, even family, or maybe coworkers or employees. It's a great way to get a money conversation going. And the more people in your community who are shaking up the scarcity mindset, the more our families and our communities will thrive. Don't be shy or embarrassed. Pass the link on to as many people as you can, because stats show that we never know what's happening in people's lives, especially when it comes to money. I cannot wait to see you inside. And yep, regardless if you sign up for TBN or not, this course is absolutely free. No strings attached. So much value handpicked for you inside it. You're for sure going to experience a transformation in a very short time. Come on, join us and have some fun. bit.ly/boost-money-EQ. Super excited, and I will see you there.